A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. As Election Day unfolds in the United States, stock markets are experiencing a notable uptick, reflecting investor anticipation regarding the outcome of the presidential race between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. The tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite is leading the charge with a 0.5% increase, while the S&P 500 has seen a modest rise of approximately 0.3%. Meanwhile, the Dow Jones Industrial Average opened just above the flat line following a previous day of losses. Investors are bracing themselves for potential market volatility, as the results of this closely contested election may not be clear for days or even weeks, particularly if the outcome is disputed. This uncertainty is compounded by the stark differences in economic policies proposed by the two candidates. Historically, periods of uncertainty following elections have led to short-term turbulence in the markets, but this has rarely disrupted long-term growth trends. The dollar and Treasury yields have remained relatively stable after a retreat on Monday, with the greenback slightly lower and the yield on the benchmark 10-year Treasury ticking up by about 1 basis point. The Federal Reserve's upcoming policy decision is also looming large, with Chair Jerome Powell expected to announce a 25 basis point rate cut at the conclusion of a two-day meeting on Thursday. In addition to the election, a slew of quarterly earnings reports is set to be released, including those from Supermicro Computer and Ferrari. In a significant development, the prolonged strike at Boeing has concluded after factory workers voted in favor of a new contract that includes a 38% pay increase, leading to a 2% rise in the company's shares. Trump Media and Technology Group stock also saw a significant increase of over 10% in early trading, recovering from a recent slump that saw a 20% drop in value last week. This surge comes as investors await the election results, with betting markets having previously favored a Trump victory. However, recent polling indicates that Harris has gained ground, particularly in traditionally Republican-leaning states like Iowa. As the election draws to a close, political betting app Kalsher has Trump's odds at 57%, while other platforms suggest a 59.2% chance of a Trump win versus 39.3% for Harris. Polling models suggest a close race, with projections showing Harris winning slightly more often than Trump in simulations. The S&P 500's performance historically shows that stock markets tend to rise regardless of which political party occupies the White House. In fact, the index has seen gains in 73% of years with a Democratic president and 70% of years under Republican leadership since 1945. The market's focus is not only on the election outcome, but also on the potential for a unified Congress or a split government, which could influence policy direction and economic stability. Investors generally prefer a divided government, as this is perceived to maintain the status quo and prevent drastic changes that could significantly increase national debt. As the nation awaits the election results, the overarching sentiment among investors remains one of cautious optimism regarding long-term growth, regardless of the immediate political landscape. The election may bring uncertainty in the short term, but history suggests that the stock market is resilient in the face of political shifts. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.